What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nasha. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get into this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, guys, we are now officially 30 subs away from 200. Guys, we're getting there. We are getting there. We are drawing closer and closer to the goal of 200. And as I have said in previous videos, if this channel does indeed get to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos booster box in its entirety on the channel, completely taped, as you guys can probably tell, under the right light, on the hopes of potentially pull this guy, Elemental Hero Air Neos, maybe even as an Ultra, maybe even as an Ulti. I think you can also get it as a Secret Rare? I'm not so sure. But if this channel gets to 500 subs, I will open up this Korean LOB booster box in its entirety that I got from my partners over at Collector Store. So be sure to check them out. Link and address will be in the description below. By checking them out, not only does it support them, it also supports the channel, which is incredible. On the hopes to potentially pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician, Red Eyes Black Dragon, maybe even a piece of Exodia for all we know. Who knows? However, if the channel gets to 1,000 subs, I will open up this first edition, as you guys can probably tell. There it is. First edition Toon Chaos box in its entirety on the channel that I also got from my partners at Collector Store, on the hopes of potentially pull my second ever Collector's Rare. Because if you guys missed out on my Genesis Impact box, I pulled this guy. I pulled this beauty of a card. There we go, right under the right light. A Collector's Rare Beat Cop from the Underworld. Definitely going to be getting this graded at some point. I don't know when exactly, but I'm going to be getting it graded. So if you guys want to see these boxes get opened, maybe you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Maybe you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue. Premium live event predictions and results. Card discussions. Deck profiles. Maybe even also, you guys want to see some WWE topic videos. Well, if you guys want all of that and more, my channel is the place to be. So if you guys have not done so already, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and also follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I also want you guys to post in the comments answering the question of the day, because this week's episode I'm going to be talking about some of the newer sets that have been that have come out, and I'm going to be and I'm going to be talking about probably one of the biggest topics for Yu-Gi-Oh players, which is the fact that the newer sets don't give us the proper support that we truly need for every archetype. I'm not sure how I'll word this episode, but you guys get the idea. The question being, what archetypes do you guys want to see get new support in the newer sets moving forward? Let me know down in the comments below, because I'm gonna be honest, I've been, especially within the last year or so, I've been a bit underwhelmed by the fact that these different archetypes that we've gotten over the years, the support has just been completely bland. You know, like when you look at what's a good prime example? Dark Magician, right? You look at an archetype like Dark Magician, and you think one thing that comes into mind is obviously the Dark Illusion, which was one of the first sets that gave us good Dark Magician support. It was an incredible set. The problem was the fact that a lot of the cards that were in that set that featured the new Dark Magician support, they're not that good. Cards like like Magician's Robe, it's not a good card. You know, and even also you look at sets like Maximum Crisis, where it featured sort of dark magician support with Magician's right hand and Magician's left hand that focuses on spells and traps. I think right hand focuses on the spells. Left hand focuses on the traps, where the first spell and trap that your opponent plays is negated. So it forces your opponent to try and out those back row, in which the only way they could is if they activated a random spell and then activate Harpy's Feather Duster and clear the board clean. Another thing as well, you look at Blue Eyes. One of the first sets that gave us the proper support that we needed for Blue Eyes was the Blue Eyes structure deck. I think Saga of Blue Eyes White Dragon, which gave us Maiden with the Eyes of Blue, and it also gave us as well the new Synchro Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and then we got into sets like Crossroads of Chaos, which gave us the White Stone of Legend, but that was like the only Blue Eyes support that we ever got, and that was it. But once we got into Shiny Victories, that was where things got interesting, because Blue Eyes, you guys know, once Shiny Victories came out, Blue Eyes dominated the meta for like maybe about a week or two, a couple weeks, and then people started to realize, oh, this deck needs more support. And both those archetypes, we got new support for them in the Legendary Decks set. I think Legendary Decks 2 that featured Kaiba's deck, Yugi's deck, and Joey's deck. You know? And speaking of Joey, Red Eyes. Red Eyes is another one that I feel like should definitely get support in the coming sets. Why? It's simple. You look at some some of the different Red Eyes decks that came into the format as a rogue contender. Give me a second. I'm actually going on Nexus to show you guys my build, because my Red Eyes build, I actually did the deck profile on Red Eyes not that long ago. So let's go Red Eyes. So my Red Eyes deck consists of a single Dark Magician, 3 Red Eyes Black Dragon, a Summon Skull, a Red MD, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon to be more precise, I guess. Red Eyes Alternative Black Dragon, 2 of them, a Red Eyes Soul, 2 Black Flare Dragons, a single copy of Red Eyes Wyvern, 1 Red Eyes Retro Dragon, 2 Gearfree, the Red Eyes Iron Knight, 2 Blackstone Legend, 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Ghost Spell, a Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 Red Eyes Fusion, 2 Polymerization, 1 Super Poly, 2 Return of the Dragon Lords, 2 cards of the Red Stone, 2 Claw of Heramos, a Monster Reborn, 2 Red Eyes Insight, a Call By, a Return of the Red Eyes, and 2 Rebirth Judgment. My extra deck features Archetype Black Skull Dragon, Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, Red Eyes Slash Dragon, 2 Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, a Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, 2 Kashtira Shangri-Ira, sorry, three of them, sorry, a number 89 Diablos the Mind Hacker, number 11 Big Eye, number 28 Titanic Moth, Darkness Metal the Dragon of Dark Steel, and Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. My side deck, I've got 2 Nibiru, 2 Drone Lockbird, 2 Ghost Ogre, 2 Lightning Storm, a second Super Poly, 2 Zing Zing Hu, 2 Solemn Strike, and 2 Solemn Warning. You look at this deck and you think, oh, okay, it's a rogue deck. Truth be told, it's not. It's more of a tier 2 deck. A tier 2 deck. Why? Because of the fact that I'm running a small Kashtira package in the form of the 3 Shangri-Ira and the 1 number 89. A lot of these cards we got support for Red Eyes over the years in the form of obviously Red MD, which I believe was a joke promo for the longest time until it got reprinted in one of the structured acts. The alternative Black Dragon we got in the tins several years ago. Red Eye Soul, we just got that in Maze of Memories. Black Flare Dragon, I think, was in the Legendary Deck set. Wyvern, Retro Dragon, a lot of these cards were in the decks, and also Clash of Rebellion. Gear Free we got in Legendary Duelist 1, I believe. So a lot of these cards we're getting support for them, but there are so many decks so many archetypes in the meta that the support is just not that good. It's not that good. Archetypes like Super Heavy Samurai. Yes, obviously the Super Heavies became a dominant deck once the archetype was first announced, but over time, people started to realize this deck sucks. There are no spells, no traps, and the only way to activate spells and traps is your opponent's spells and traps. That's it. That's how bad the deck was back in the day. Red Eyes again, Dark Magician, Blue Eyes. The support we got for them, I think in what was it, Battle of Chaos? This not this past year, but last year, in January. And the cards that were in that set, as far as new support, a lot of it just sucked. A lot of it sucked. Even also sets like what's that one? The first one that we got post after Eternity Code, Rise of the Duelist. I think it was the Gaia. Gaia the Fierce Knight, Curse of Dragon line. It just sucked. Mako's cards sucked. What else? What else can I think of? The Cyberse, the new support for Playmaker. A lot of those cards actually sucked, and the reason being is because Firewall Dragon got an errata where it can only be in cyberspace decks. Decks like Salad, Cyberse. It's Playmakers cards. Mathmech. Mathmech was another deck that became really good, but over time it just got worse and worse and worse and worse. I think honestly, if you look at some of the different archetypes that we have gotten in the meta recently, the top 5 archetypes that I truly believe need support really badly are Red Eyes, Cyber Dragon, Shark. What else can I think of? What were the other two? Black Rose and what's that one? What was it? Shadalls. Obviously, yes, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking, wait a minute, we got support for them in structure decks and whatnot. Yes, that is true. We did get support for these archetypes in structure decks and whatnot in some shape or form. But let's be real here. A lot of the cards that were in those, a lot of those new support cards, they don't work as well as they should, because a lot of them have when effects, meaning if it says when this card, you know damn well that card is going to miss timing, meaning that you won't have enough time to chain block your opponent. You won't have time to chain block your opponent, so your opponent will be able to chain block you, and your combo just gone. gone. You basically lost. So I feel like there are again, those archetypes plus Kashtira, definitely, you know, and some of the other decks that are in the format as of right now, Kashtira, Naturia Runic, and Tearlament. Tearlament is still a pretty viable deck if you really think about it. Tearlament is still a viable deck, even, you know, more specifically the Ishizu tier. And I say that because my Ishizu tier deck is still as nasty as it gets. Visor Starfrost, Tearlament Kashtira, Shiren, Havnus, Merly, Reinhardt, Bestial Lubellion, Druid's Worm, Magnum Hut, Serener, Baldrake, Kelbeck, Mudora, Agito, Keldo, Ash Blossom, Effect Valor, Diviner of the Herald, Ready Fusion, which I kind of made a mistake on that one, Heartbeat, Scream, Mass Change 2, Pot of Avarice, Heartbeat Feather Duster, Primeval Planet, Tearlament Perlegia, Meta Noise, Solik, Crime, Etude of the Brandon, Solemn Warning. That's my main deck. My extra deck, Collider Heart, Dragostapelia, Garua, Wings of Resonant Life, Master Acid, Darklaw, and I have Darklaw in here because of the fact that I got a bunch of Darks in this deck. Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Activate Mass Change 2, target the Mud Dragon, you have Acid. Plain simple. Psychic and Punisher. Bestial Dispatter. Baron de Fleur. Draco Berserker. Cyframe Omega. Pilgrim Reaper. Abyss Dweller. Dark Gloomy. Dark Charmer Gloomy. Earth Charmer Immovable. Side deck. Ghost Bell. Ghost Sister. Final Sigma. Underworld Gods of the Closed World. Unchained Abomination. Nightmare Phoenix. Second Avarice. Double Twin. Zing Zing Hu. Solemn Strike. Think about that, guys. This deck is still pretty viable. But again, there are so many archetypes in the meta that need support, and we're not getting the proper support for them. Which is another thing that I wanted to bring up. Is that fact right there. There are so many archetypes in the meta that we're still missing good good support to where the deck can truly become a meta contender. Decks like Neos, Heroes definitely need brand new support. I feel like if there was another structure deck for Heroes, that would be a good opportunity for us to get the proper support for Heroes. We're already getting support for Jack Atlas and his Red Dragon Archfiend, which honestly that's fucking awesome. But ironically enough, the Resonators are only good if they're added into decks. Decks like Dark World, which is one of the biggest, which right now with the release of the structure deck that we got last year, it's starting. I feel like Dark World has the potential to slowly make its way back up to the meta with the help of the new Jack Atlas structure deck, which we won't be getting until like the summer, until like what late August, mid September, somewhere around there. I'm definitely going to be getting my hands on that, and when I do, I can guarantee you it's going to be a wild deck to profile on the channel. It's going to be wild, guys. But to close out this video, I'll say this. There are, again, as I said, there are so many archetypes that we have in the meta. A lot of them, we need proper support for. If we don't get the proper support for those archetypes, the deck is just gonna suck ass, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna do any good. But that brings me to the question of the day. I know this was a relatively short video. This was just my opinion on this topic, but I want your guys' opinion. And let me know in the comments below the question of the day, which is this. What archetypes do you guys believe deserve new support. Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for this week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.